Hello everyone, it's me, it's Anthony Couch here, a guitarist on YouTube. Do you ever listen to modern shred? I know people who watch my videos, you're generally into shred, but what about some of the more modern stuff? I'm talking about musicians and bands like Intervals, Plini, Misha Mansoor, Animals as Leaders, all that kind of stuff. Because I'm from the school of Joe Satriani, Yngwie Malmsteen, Paul Gilbert and Steve Vai, there is a danger of me becoming an old fuddy-duddy. So I try and listen to the modern stuff, and I thought it'd be a really cool idea to make a video on what I think makes that modern shred different to the old schoolers. So when we talk about the older 80s, 90s, early 2000s shred music, I'm thinking mainly about Joe Satriani and Steve Vai. Now the rhythm section, most of the time, especially Steve Vai, would add some really crazy chords and change key a lot and really push the harmony, but for the most part the rhythm would be very standard. The rhythm would often be something like this. And you can hear that it's very straight, very heavy, predominantly power chords. As I said, in those older school shred songs, you'd get some really cool chords and ideas. This is just me speaking very broadly, that you can get close to that sound just by power chord stuff. And it linked with the drums, but it's not too close to the drums, as you'll hear with the modern stuff coming up. So it's following the drums, obviously the music is coming together, but there is space between what the drummer's playing, what the bass guitarist is playing, and what the guitarist, the rhythm guitarist, is playing. And the tuning was standard, E standard. So when we compare that to the modern world of shred, it really couldn't be more different. For a start, the tunings tend to be lower. But the main thing, the thing that sets modern shred apart from the older school players, is that rhythm section. It is so tight, especially the bass drum, the bass guitar, and those low chuggy riffs. It can sound like this. And I only did drop D there, but most of these bands go even lower to get that real djent. It was called djent, wasn't it? Djent started out as a bit of a joke, I think. Then we get onto the lead playing, some classic lead playing on those 80s and 90s shred albums. It's all the 3/0 per string stuff. I had a lot of fun recording a little snippet of this for you to have a listen to, because it's right up my street. It's what I grew up with. So it's the 3/0 per string stuff, either alternate picked or legato. There is some sweeping in here, but I stuck with very conventional arpeggios. I didn't do any weird extensions of any arpeggios. So if I wanted an E minor sound, I just stuck with the E minor, EGB, and that's it. And with all that, there's all the squealy stuff. I've got my high gain sounds. This is what that classic era of 80s and 90s shred sounded like. So there you go, with all those things included, the squeals, the arpeggios, but being quite strict and just sticking to root third fifth. Then we get on to the modern shred. So modern shred artists, everything is about articulation, even more so. It's not enough now to be these incredible virtuosic guitarists. You have to express every single note. One of my favourite things that they do, all these new players, is they do a slide down into notes. You don't really get that too often. Well, you do now, but I love that sound. They still use the blues scale. You end up with a lot of blues scale. There's some melding going on between shred and this neo soul playing that everyone's doing. There is a lot of wide intervallic leaps. Sweep arpeggios, they haven't gone away, but they tend to be extensions. So if you've got a D minor chord, rarely will you hear. You would hear. So with the sevenths added, or in the example that you're going to hear, I went up to the relative major and then played a seventh arpeggio, just for that extra exoticness. And generally there is less gain. Sometimes you listen to the modern shred albums and the lead guitar, it's almost clean, that crystal clear, transparent sound. It means that you have to be right on the money with your technique. So there you go. What do you reckon? Did I miss anything? Who are your favourite modern shred artists? Let me know in the comments below who it is that you listen to, who is new. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Anthony Couch. I'm going to go and listen to some modern shred because it's very cool. Thank you very much and I will see you in the next video.